So I think most of you guys remember that not very long ago we did a video about video taps. And it was all about analog taps and this very cool trans-video system I have of broadcasting and receiving with wireless monitors and all this really cool stuff. And it's analog. The problem, of course, is that analog system is not very good. You can't really tell focus with it. It's very, very grainy. The cameras stick off the side of the, XTR prod, they're just kind of these big boxes that make a real mess. And it's always never been a great design. It was there to give some sort of a framing line so that people could see frame lines, but never there to give any accuracy of quality. So I have always wanted to change that. I've always wanted to make a good system. Now, as a camera technician, one of the things that I always see is the quality of these taps. Sometimes the taps would be really, really good. They'd be crisp, they'd be grain-free, but they would have a rolling bar at 24 frames a second. All right, not the end of the world. Sometimes I get a camera in and it would be really grainy, but it would be sharp and it would not have a rolling bar. Sometimes I get a tap in and it was just wicked soft and out of focus and not very good and grainy, and it just was not very good. And so I wanted to try to solve that problem. And I knew I couldn't solve that problem by using the technology that was on the market already. I knew I had to trailblaze in order to create something new. So with the help of a couple of friends of mine who pointed me in the directions to try what exists in the market, I was able to buy several cameras, including some 4K cameras, and have my go at making an HD tap. Initially, it was a total disaster. And the reason why is because the optics on these cameras are made for much larger imager cameras from back in the day. And those larger imager cameras are wicked expensive to get a hold of today. It's between $1,500 and $3,000. So $1,500 investment just to test the technology. Finally, one day, I got really lucky and I got a lead on a camera system that's been around for a very, very long time, but this was the next generation of it. And so I took the leap and I bought a couple and I started testing them. And I found really good results. And we were very, very fortunate to have spent a little bit of money, and we have a 3D printer, and we were able to 3D print the first draft of our video tap using 3D printed plastic, stick it in my XTR prod, and with a little bit of some fine tuning on optics, it took us a little time to get the optics right, we found out a really good package that created an extremely sharp image where you could see the edging around the ground glass on the XTR camera, and it was just perfect in every way. Flicker free at 2398, 24, and 25. It was just something very unique. Plus, it had a fantastic auto gain system, which allowed us to run the stop from all the way open to all the way closed without any noise floor whatsoever. So that was a huge game changer, and it's something that I am extremely excited to bring to everybody. So here's our digital imager plugged into a computer directly so we could capture it without a monitor. As you can see, it's very sharp even at 2 times zoomed in. Now this is the camera running at 2.8, and you can see it's a very flicker-free image with some sharpness still being retained while running. The next test is going to show you a stop down from 2.8 to 22, and you're going to see that yes, the brightness does change slightly, but it still stays very, very consistent throughout the stop change, which is something that was critical to me when developing this camera. Next, we're going to be looking at a shot that is a much wider shot. This is a start-stop test, and you're going to see us drop down again from 2.8 to 22, and you can see the depth of field changing in the shot. But even when the camera is running, it is not a substantial difference in brightness. While the camera is running, we're going to go ahead and look at a standard exposed properly shot, so you can see what the camera would look like when exposed correctly. Because remember, you're never going to run the camera all the way open with 50D per se, right? So running at 5.6 is pretty normal for even 50D film stock, maybe with a filter, maybe not. And you can see that we have quite a bit of sharpness and brightness in every one of these shots. And that to me is very critical, because one thing that I found difficult with other taps was being able to do focus pulls when stopped down. So we can see here that we can clearly see the background flowers are in focus, and then we can close focus to the birds. This is a latency and ghosting test to show you that it does not have a lot of latency and ghosting while running. Narrow Gauge Films, which is my company, has been working very hard at this tap, and we are very happy to announce that we have it available for 3 cameras currently: the XTR Prod, the Xterra, and the 35-3. The 35-3 development is kind of recent, but it's now available for purchase, and it's an all aluminum device, which is incredible. Our current XTR Prod and Xterra ones are also all aluminum. We machine the parts here in Los Angeles, California, 100% made in America. And I'm happy to announce that we are expanding this product to other cameras that have room to put our tap in it. Like this recent custom Arri 35-3 build, which came out really nice. Camera technicians are also going to love it because, unlike a lot of our competitors' taps, our tap comes easily in and out of the camera using the standard fixtures that are inside the camera, so that service technicians can easily remove and reinstall without having to learn a new technology. The great thing about our systems is that they are very easy to install in cameras as well, and we're not damaging your camera. Nothing we're doing is irreversible, which means that if you wanted to go back and bring your camera back to the way it was prior, it's all easy to drop those parts back in and you're back on your old analog video system. So thanks for watching this video all about the narrow gauge film video tap system. We will be very excited to be making more videos like this on our Instagram channel, where we're going to go over all the new cameras when we have them announced. So stick around to our Instagram. It's at TYE1138, TYE1138. And of course, our new narrow gauge website, which will be launching very soon, will have these cameras on it as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. As of this recording, the available issue taps are, of course, Aaton XTR Prod and Xterra, Aaton 35-3, Arri 35-3, SR, SR3, and 35BL, but all cameras must have pre-existing optics. Due to the physical size of our assist, we're not able to accommodate LTR or early generation XTRs, including the Plus models. Please contact us if you have one of those cameras, and we can discuss other options. Arri cameras of the older variant will also need to have DTAP power already, or we can help provide you a DTAP solution.